Entrepreneurs have unique characteristics and a one-of-a-kind lifestyle. They are risk-takers, inventors, relentlessly ambitious, demand independence, and are overall exciting people. Some call them workaholics, and that's not false. They spend the majority of their time working, solving problems, and learning. But dating an entrepreneur can be quite adventurous, and there are a few factors that you should take into consideration when dealing with your lover. They are wired differently than you, and you may misinterpret their actions. In this video, we will give you the advice you need to hear when dating an entrepreneur. A 9 to 5 schedule doesn't exist in their world. An entrepreneur fulfills more than one role. Not only are they the marketeer, but they're also the salesperson, content creator, financial analyst, receptionist, and leader. They work all hours throughout the day with the intense workload they carry, and most of the time you will find them working past 8 p.m. or starting at 5 a.m. Remember, their first relationship is with their business. This is probably the most important factor to acknowledge when dating an entrepreneur. Between business meetings, traveling, fundraisers, and working on weekends, most of their time is occupied with their business. All of this is necessary because networking and conferences are essential for a successful business. You'll have to get accustomed to a part-time, long-distance relationship as your significant other attends pitch meetings across the globe. They are always learning. This means that you will most likely have to endure the plethora of questions they ponder. Entrepreneurs are known to be curious people who want to fill their brains with as much information as possible. Most entrepreneurs are a jack of all trades because of this. They have a thirst for knowledge that is seldom quenched. They will read self-development books and articles. Relaxing doesn't come naturally to them. Because there is always more work to do, when you run your own business, it's rather impossible to not want to check more tasks off of your to-do list. If you want to go on a date night with them, it's best to you schedule it. Don't be surprised if at some point while you're out, your significant other takes out their phone or they seem to be elsewhere, lost in their thoughts. They can take on too much. At one point or another, your partner is likely to bite off more than they can chew. They will always say yes because they always try to achieve more. Though it's rewarding to achieve goals, this can lead to burnout. And recovering from burnout is even more exhausting and can further stress them out. Try to remind your partner of this if they are telling you about all the events and tasks that are coming up. Doing more work than they can handle will not ensure quality work. Dating an entrepreneur will have you on an emotional roller coaster. One minute they'll be too excited to sit down, and the next you may have to pry them off of the floor because their startup just failed. Sometimes the progress is simply slower than they want it to be, and this can make them irritated. As I stated before, that your support means everything to them. Don't forget to encourage them during their highs and lows. They are goal-oriented. They work towards multiple goals at once. Achieving these goals fuels their drive and gives them the motivation to keep going. This also means that your support means the world to them. They can't ask for much more than to have you by their side, egging them on and celebrating with them throughout their journey. They will test your traits. Specifically, your nurturing side, patience, flexibility, and ability to spend time alone. When they're not having a good day, it will test your nurturing side. When they miss your events because they have to work, or when you feel like they're not listening to you, to anything you say actually, they will test your patience. When you've been looking forward to that trip you planned and it gets canceled because something came up, it will test your flexibility. And when they simply need space, it will test your relationship with yourself. You are a complete being on your own. Hang out with your friends, go on a solo adventure, and indulge in one of your hobbies while your partner has something to do in his breathing room. They need time to be alone without any interruptions, and they will ask for this. Sometimes your silence will be loud to them, and they will need to be in a different room to focus and be productive. Try not to be offended. When they are finished with their time alone, they will likely be more attentive to you and happier as they have figured out what they needed. Ultimatums will not get you anywhere. An entrepreneur cannot change everything about themselves and their lives to be with you. And it's not because they don't love you. Sure, they can improve in certain areas, but asking them to choose you or their business is absurd. Their career is a part of them. You cannot have one without the other. Additionally, ultimatums lead to resentment in the long run for having to give up on your dreams or change who you are even though you didn't really want to. An entrepreneur is already filled with anxiety, doubt, and fear because they know that their business has the potential to fail. Keep the thoughts to yourself if they are negative because it's not going to benefit anyone. It's likely that your partner is going to be stressed out 50% of the time. This is the life of an entrepreneur. They want to achieve their goals and continue to work. They are not concerned with kicking back and relaxing. If their stress seems to be an all-time high and you're concerned about that, ask your partner what you can do to help them relax. Your partner is never going to invest too much into their business. They will do whatever it takes to make their dreams come true. If you want your partner to spend less time on their phone, it is likely because you want their attention. Since entrepreneurs do not necessarily have time off, they will be on their phones whenever they need to be. Think about the status of your partner's business and the hard work that it took them to get there. Occupy yourself while your partner is taking care of business. So, if you're dating an entrepreneur, you may need to adjust to their flighty life. Through communication and dedication to your partner, it is possible to achieve a fun and balanced relationship. This is it for today. Let us know in the comments if you have any experience of dating an entrepreneur. Subscribe for more videos. We will see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.